Hey guys, it's me again. Thanks for tuning in. A little bit of an update on what I've got going. I did manage to get a little bit of work done. Had some weather I had to deal with for a number of days, so it kind of put me off, and it's been really, really nasty hot. So I've been working on cleaning up my carport area. It's my barn actually, so I could actually work in there in the shade and not be out in the sun. But this is what I've been doing, so let me show you. Okay, so what I did was, as you saw, I cut the sections out of the trailer. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's still one bar of it over there right next to the tire that's got all the tubes on it that were cut off. What I decided to do, sorry if it's saying a focus, was I just left the tubes on and I cut the tubes off of one side and just slid that angle iron in so it matched inside the frame and just re-welded those bars on for the base. I then had to notch the frame out for the this assembly. This is the brake that I'm going to use. It's the original. I'm going to continue to use it until I get the little foot brakes that I want. So I notched it out so the arm can rotate across here, and as you can see, I notched out this whole section of this frame for the steering arm. You can see how far in that arm actually moves as the wheels turn, so I had to notch that out. But I've got my front support in, I've got my mid support in, and I still have to put my rear support, my crossbeam here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from here on both sides and go up to the top, and then have one that's going to come across here. And then I'm going to extend this out to the back on each side, and then have another come up and across. So I'll have this whole thing extended up and around and then down here to stabilize this back section, because it's really flexy back here. Now that base plate's going to sit here, of course, but it's still twisty, and I'm not satisfied with leaving this off right here. So I'm probably going to go ahead and butt weld an extension piece in, and you can see how much that moves just like that. It's crazy flexible. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Get these two extended, get these down, and then the piece across for both sides, and then get these down. And then I think my support frame for this mower frame is going to be done. I think it'll be sufficient for what I'm going to do. I know it's already very sturdy, but at least it is now. But I think without the extra risers and support in the back, that would still leave too much flex between the two sections of frame, between the scooter frame and the lawnmower frame. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and extend those out, and then cut the towers and the cross pieces to go across. And I think with that, I should have this frame complete, and then I will weld it all in and put this thing back together so I can start on the front end. The front end I think is going to be the next project. I'm going to go ahead and get it fully functional as it is with the mower front end in it, and ride it a little bit just to see how it's going to do performance wise. I'll probably end up changing out the variator for more torque on the bottom end and less speed on the top end, because I'm not worried about speed on this thing. And figure out if there's a way I can put a better exhaust or a larger carburetor on here for a little bit more power, and just mess with a few little things like that. And then the last thing that I'll do is tackle this front end, because that's going to take a whole lot of work. Precision welding, as a matter of fact, some of it I'm going to have to take to a shop, because I'm not a precision welder. I can weld, but I have to have tubes cut precisely, shortened, and re-welded precisely, allowing these tubes to slide through bearing races. So I'm not that good. So I'm gonna have to take that part to shop to have that done for the front end. And that's gonna be one of the last things that I'll do, because it's gonna cost a little bit and I don't have money. So everything else that I can do, I'm gonna do. And then the rest I'll have to wait on. But I'm gonna get this thing going as it is. And then we're gonna go ahead and swap out this front end. You can see I've still got a little bit of let me move that. Still got a little bit of movement to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld in a couple of tabs right here on both sides to keep this thing from having that articulation. Can't weld it to the bar itself because it's cast iron, but I'll probably put a couple of shims in on either side and then weld them in, and that'll stabilize the front end where I need it. I'll get it centered and do that. And then with this frame complete, it ought to be nice and sturdy. I'll get this thing put back together, get my wiring done, and get it all finished up the way I want with tuning the carburetor and see if I can do anything about the exhaust, which this thing's got a tiny exhaust anyway because it's only an 80 cc. It's not a big deal, but see what I can do with getting a little bit better performance out of it, and then get some video of me riding this thing, and then get some ideas from you guys, if y'all will, about what else y'all'd like to see, and see about starting on my next project. I've got a ton of other projects that aren't specifically mechanical, but I like this kind of stuff. I've still got my nature project that I'm going to do when I get done with this. I'm going to get back on that. This project right now does still get me outside and get me active. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't, I appreciate you turning in. Y'all have a good day. Thanks a lot.